Do skimpy bikinis make people feel uncomfortable? Our final question for the jury tonight: should G-string bikinis be banned on Aussie beaches? Representing the no side of the debate, we have Executive Director of Hilmer's Network, Charlotte Mortlock, and former Liberal Party Vice President, Teena McQueen. Thanks to both of you for joining us. Oh, well, this is going to be a fun debate, I can tell already. Teena, we'll start with you. So you agree with Ian Grace. You think that they should be banned. Why?
Look, funnily enough, a couple of weeks ago, I was up at Avoca Beach with my grandsons, who are 9 and 11, and there was just sea of bare bums everywhere. I was very uncomfortable. Now, the odd thing about these people, well, these women in particular, wearing nothing more than dental floss, is you don't see it with the men. And that's what I can't understand. So I think it is demeaning for women. I mean, there's not a woman on the planet that has a decent bum. Honestly, there really isn't.
Well, some might look after themselves. They might look all right.
But I just think, a little bit of mystique is good. And I think it does cheapen women. We're trying to encourage women to be respected, and I encourage my young sons to respect women, respect their bodies, and it's very hard when there's the flaunting of barely there bikinis on the beach. It's very difficult trying to explain the differences to them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Charlotte, does she have a point? Does it become disrespectful almost to people who are just trying to enjoy their day, try to go about themselves, and they see this on the beach?
Well, I wanted to start, Your Honour, by saying that I would like to thank Ian Grace, because he sounds like he's an incredible member of the community, and with his charity work, he really sounds fantastic. However, for someone that works in the arts, this is a not very creative idea from him, because for centuries we have had older generations saying to younger generations that, what they're wearing, and trying to police what they're wearing. Now, once upon a time it was ankles that were sexualised, then it was shoulders that were sexualised, now it is G-string. So it's not a very creative idea. I also think, who is going to police this? If we do ban G-strings, are we going to take important resources from the police force and say, hey, instead of going to the domestic violence epidemic, instead come to the beach and measure the backsides of women? Are we really going to draw resources away from that?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point.
I think policing is ridiculous, but I think it's just common sense. And I think it's up to parents, mothers, fathers, guardians, or whatever, to explain to young women, because it is not a problem with the young men. As I said, they are not wearing dental floss.
Okay, but should men be forced then? I mean, men wear budgie smugglers to the beach, for example.
But that's
does that put you off?
That's not their whole bum hanging out. My objection is the whole, as you refer to it, peaches hanging out. Yeah, that's my objection.
I disagree. I think that budgie smugglers, you can see a lot of the anatomy in a budgie smuggler, and sometimes there is, pubic hair down to their knees. Yep. If that makes you feel uncomfortable, then are we having women approaching men saying that makes me feel uncomfortable?
Yeah,
you are constantly saying that we are snowflakes,
I do, because
we don't have the resilience.
No, but I approach women and try to talk to them to have some respect for themselves.
Hey, this is making me uncomfortable, so that sounds like a me problem. Let me walk in the other direction. As a parent, you can absolutely teach your children to do whatever you see fit for your child. You get to buy the bikini, so you can do what you like. But banning it and having a police ban in place, trying to dictate what women wear,
no one's talking
about
a police ban, but I'm thinking these young women now are trying to make money from it. They flaunt this on Instagram and things. That's my issue with it, is the total disrespect of the female body, and the difficulty with young boys and young women, telling them, trying to, as you raise them, tell them to protect themselves, honour their body. It's a problem when it's flaunted.
Let's go to the jury. I want to get the jury's view on this, so let's see who we're going to pick for this. Michelle, front row, we'll start with you. Where do you sit? Does it make you feel uncomfortable?
Look, I have no issue with it. If I had a great body, I'd probably do the same.
Yeah.
But I don't think that we need to ban it. If you're talking about being at a beach, then that's a different story. If you're talking about a shopping centre out in public, then that's a whole separate issue.
Okay, and what about you?
There's nudist beaches where they can do all this.
Look, they can, and if you go to Europe as well,
and you're not going to ban it.
They're very free in Europe.
Don't we, as a Liberal Party member, we advocate for small governments, a lack of interference in people's lives. That's what I believe in.
That's a good point.
We do advocate for covering your bum as well.
Do bikinis, specifically G-strings, make you feel uncomfortable at the beach?
Slightly. I'd like to see a bit more modesty, but I think the times are changing.
Yeah,
so.
Look, and that's a good point, they are.
Yes.
Now, look, I'm going to ask a male. Sorry to all of you guys, but I'm going to come to you. Roy. Here we go. Roy,
Well,
what do you
my
think?
problem with it is the guys wearing the mankinis. It burns my eyes.
Well, it probably would, wouldn't it?
And so, but an outright ban is never the way to go. However, I take Ms McQueen's point. Modesty works wonders.
Do you want to see an 8-year-old
We've got nippers
girl
on the beach with thousands of kids,
Yeah.
and I don't need to, need the fairy floss G-string.
Yeah.
Showing it all out.
Okay. But do we risk setting ourselves back centuries, because back in the day, people used to come around with a measuring tape and they used to
I believe
have a look.
empowering the individual, empowering families to teach their children what they see fit. Yeah. And if a woman wants to wear that, a woman wants to wear that.
How about restoring decency? And if a woman wants to wear nothing, go to the nudist beach. I don't have a problem. Flaunt everything. I don't have a problem. But where there's children and families, yes, I do.
I guess in a body-positive society, though, are we sending the wrong message to women?
No, we're not. It's got nothing to do with what your bum looks like. Just cover it.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt uncomfortable seeing a man in a budgie smuggler?
I don't really look. I'm past that age.
Well, maybe that's
Come on,
what
I'm
they need
sure
to
we've
do.
all had a take.
I can tell you one thing,
you've both had
Tony
your
Abbott
say.
looked all right in budgie
Oh,
smugglers.
OK, you have both had your say. It's time to call on the jury. The question is, should G-string bikinis be banned on Aussie beaches? You have 10 seconds to deliberate.
They need one.
Jury members, what have you decided?
Oh, stab me in the heart.
There you go. No, an overwhelming no. Everyone said no. Alana, why no?
First of all, I think they're great for the selling of sunblock products.
Good point. Good point.
Encourages that. But
Yeah.
banning ridiculous, But I definitely think they should be banned for women over 45.
Oh, no. Well, look, there's a lot of body positive women.
Yes.
Fair enough. Peter, what about you? A no for you? Why?
I'm not stupid enough to tell a woman what to do.
Fair enough. What about you, Craig?
Look, I think it's not necessarily a right, but a privilege to be able to wear one of those and get away with it. So I don't think it should be banned at all.
No, that's fair enough. Damien?
I'm the same. You go to the beach, wear what you want to wear. It's fine.
Yeah.
No issue from me.
No, fair enough. Look, it's a funny topic to debate, isn't it? But it's a great topic to debate. Yeah. It's certainly caused a stir this week. There's no doubt about it. Charlotte Mortlock, Teena McQueen, thank you so much for joining us.